Hello everyone and welcome back to Newegg TV. I'm Steve and today I'm going to do an overview on this new laptop from MSI. This is the GS70. Okay, this particular laptop has more than the standard accessories. I'll start first by letting you know that MSI did provide for you a nice sleeve for your notebooks. So let me go ahead and open that up real quick just to show you. It's nice and plush inside. It's very thin too. Of course, the laptop itself is very thin as well. It's, in fact, it happens to be the thinnest, lightest 17-inch gaming notebook around, confirmed by MSI, of course. They did their research. I want to show you, too, the brick that they have for the AC power delivery system. You can actually see they've shrunk it down quite a bit. This is the old version, and here's the current version for the GS70. Very, very thin and much lighter, less than an inch thick. And I just thought you guys should see that there is a clear difference in the two here. So moving right along, we do of course have the power adapter, the power that you would need to plug into the power adapter. It does come with a special tri-plug that most laptops have nowadays, and I'll go right along to all of the paperwork that's involved here. We do get MSI's manual, utilities, and drivers. Normally speaking, I would recommend going to MSI's website to get the newest drivers because this is already going to come installed with everything else, and you'll probably be able to update it once you get the system up and running after you've turned it on. The notebook Quickstart guide here, a little bit of information inside. I'll open that up a little bit just so you guys can take a quick look at it. Pretty standard here, a little bit of pictures, a lot of fun depending on if you like reading about the stuff instead of playing with it. Then we have the hotkey F3 recovery function, which is going to give you all the information you need to recover your particular device in a plethora of languages. Then we have some warranty information also coming in bilingual format. And lastly, we do have support information, who to contact at MSI if you happen to have any kind of problems. Okay, here's MSI's GS70 notebook, and I want you guys first to take a look at this and notice it's, it's got the light gray look to it. The stealth model looks really sleek, and it does look like it has wire-wheeled aluminum, but in fact it actually is aluminum. The whole case is almost a unibody design where it's completely aluminum, so it's going to help a little bit with the cooling. Also the cool look. I should mention the only parts that aren't aluminum are just across the top here is a plastic inlet, and that's just to house all of the antennas so that they can transmit and receive signal. Otherwise they wouldn't be able to do that through the aluminum. But I'll go ahead and flip this around now that I've opened it up and show you the inside. The only other place that there isn't aluminum, and that's around the bezel, around the 17.3-inch screen. Now you'll notice too that this particular screen does have an anti-glare coating on it. It's going to help you out a little bit when you're in a room with bright lights, especially this one. Also here at the top we have the 720p webcam, HD webcam that you can use along with this laptop. Also I'll lift it up so you can get a closer look at the top of it. I will mention too that you'll notice that other than the fact that they're using the SteelSeries keyboard again, which I'll show you a little bit later, 5 different color modes that you can have for that, or display modes in general. You also notice the 2 speakers here. They're utilizing Sound Blaster's Cinema chip, also a subwoofer on the bottom. I'll show you in just a moment. And also you'll see 4 badges down here, but in fact MSI did you a favor if you like the really clean look as this motherboard, or excuse me, as this notebook is already using. You can just peel off all of them except for the Intel one and just leave one clean badge. It'll look really nice. Moving right along, of course, you see the power switch here, also a 5-inch diagonally measured touchpad here. Very nice, very smooth to the touch. And I will flip this closed so you can see the bottom of it here. And also, of course, one smooth edge here. The screw holes you'll see, we don't recommend that you upgrade this or open this at all. It's going to void your warranty, just FYI. But you should know too, the only difference between this version of the Stealth, the 001 and the 002, is that the higher level one comes with two 128 gigabyte SSDs in RAID 0 and a 1 terabyte drive, as opposed to this particular model that comes with a single 120 gigabyte SSD and a 750 gigabyte hard drive. Also 7200 RPM drive too, I should mention. So you're really not seeing a really big difference in terms of needing to even open up, and the price difference isn't a huge delta either. So if you really want that, go ahead and purchase that particular model. If you don't, or you don't care, then definitely get this one. I should mention too that while we're down here, you'll notice that there's this almost leather-like material here. That's essentially to help you carry this laptop. It gives you something to grip on, because like I said before, it is all aluminum, so it can be slippery depending on if your hands are clean or not. Also, little rubber nubs here that are lifted a little bit, and I'll get you a little angle there so maybe you can see how much they're lifted. And that's just going to give you the breathing room and also a little bit of traction, so you can put this laptop down and be able to use it without it slipping and sliding. One more thing too I should mention here. Here's that subwoofer I had mentioned before, and a little grate so that the subwoofer can move the air in and out, and you'll actually hear that sound. Also, more about the cooling. I did mention that it's all aluminum case. They've switched over from the single fan cooling to a dual fan cooling design here. They're still going to be using some heat pipes involved. With the two cooling fans, you'll be able to take the intake, as I spoke of before, from the top and expel the hot air at a 45-degree angle down here on the side, just coming out at a 45-degree angle. That way it doesn't hit your hands, it's resting next to it. It also doesn't hit your legs if it's resting on your lap. And once again, I'll show you the inside where that inlet is, just so that you can see. It's this whole line right here of grating where all the cool air is going to come in and hot air is going to come right out. So aside from that, let me go ahead and show you the side, since we're already looking at it. Now you'll see that they actually do come with a LAN, a NIC, and this particular one is actually the killer E2200 gaming NIC, and you'll also get a killer N1202 BGN wireless LAN. Both of them are utilizing killer chips, so you're not just going to have to worry about getting all the advantages of a killer chip on one. You'll have it both wirelessly or wired, so great advantage there. Also, 3 different video outs here. You're going to have the HDMI 1.4 and 2 mini display ports. Don't forget, this particular model is capable of doing triple monitor setup. And then we have 2 of the 4 USB 3.0 ports and the 3 different analog ports for your sound card. So let me go ahead and flip this around to the other side, show you that we do have the other 2 of a total of 4 USB 3.0 ports. We do have the SD card slot that's capable of XC and HC card reading, the AC power port here, and the Kensington lock, as well as the exhaust port that does do the 45-degree angle exhaust for the hot air. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys how quickly this particular system will start up with Windows 8. Nice. So we're up and running. There's still some stuff that's going to be loading in the background, but still, here we are, and I'll just log in. I do want to mention before we get started that the particular CPU on this build is going to be the Intel Core i7 4700HQ. Standard, the normal speed is 2.4 gigahertz up to 3.4 gigahertz on turbo with 6 megabytes of cache. As you can see, we are in Windows 8 right now, and that anti-glare screen is coming in real handy. Since I actually have the backlights off, I'm going to be shutting the entire thing, all the lights off, so that you can get a better look at it. By the way, powering that particular display is NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 765 Mobile Edition GPU, along with 2 gigabytes of GDR5 RAM accompanying it. Of course, the system itself is also using 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM at 1600 megahertz speed. The full size of this entire device altogether, thinness, length, width, altogether we're looking at 16.47 inches in length, 11.29 inches in width, and less than an inch, 0.85 inches in height, the thickness. Total weight 5.73 pounds, and it will use a 6-cell battery pack to give you about 3 hours battery life. Right now I'm plugged in to charge it since since it is a new setup. So let me go ahead and go to the desktop real quick and show you how this SteelSeries keyboard looks. Here's the control setup. You've probably seen this many times before. I can pick each one of the 3 sections here, the far left, the center, and the right side, and choose any color that I want, and it will change that on the fly. So let me actually shut off the lights and show you guys what that looks like. Now, of course, it's going yellow, so let me pick something a little bit different. Purple is kind of different depending on which gradient I pick, and then moving out. Different modes that we can set this in, as I said before. Gaming mode is only going to light up the left side where your WASD is when you're playing FPS and other games. Audio, now if I had some sound set up right now, it would actually pulse to the sound of the music, to the beat of the music. Then we have breathing, which it will do, just a lighting in and then slowly dim out, then dim back in again. Looks like it's kind of taking a moment to do that. There we go. And then I've clicked it to wave accidentally, and that's going to do like the wave and a stadium left to right or right to left. Then dual color, we'll pick between a couple different colors and then fade in and out of them. So almost going between some colors here. This one in particular going from red to yellow. I could probably pick purple here if I was adept at this. There we go. That's going to change it going from purple to yellow and the colors in between. Okay guys, that wraps up this video of MSI's new GS70 notebook. And I should also reiterate to you that this is still the thinnest, lightest 17-inch gaming notebook on the market. So if you're in the market for a less than 6-pound notebook that still has 17 inches of viewable screen, definitely look at this one to try and pick that up. I'll have another video in the description below describing to you guys a special deal that MSI is going to be running along with us. And I should also mention, if you like this video, to go ahead and click that little like button. Also, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and click subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.